If you have been wondering how to make a reel, what to put in a reel, how often you should post a reel, what do reels really do for you and your business, this is the episode for you on This is Virginia Kerr, where you get everything you need to know about video marketing so you can convert followers into customers. I asked you to tell me what you wanted to know about reels in my Instagram stories. I've pulled up all the questions and we're going to see how many we can get through in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Number one from Celia. Is it best to use TikTok to create your reels and then remove the TikTok logo? If you're not familiar with this, a lot of people will go and create a TikTok and then there's a way to get rid of the watermark, whether you crop it out or you save it as a live video and then save that as a video, live picture and then save it as a video. Here's what I think, Celia. It is best if you want to repurpose a video to make it inside the Reels app or make it in an outside app, then upload to TikTok. And here's why. If you create a video inside the Reels app, you can save it to your phone without a watermark. Then you can repurpose that video and make it a TikTok. What I personally do is I create the reel outside of either one of those apps. Then I have what I call a naked video with no text on it. So now I can upload it to Reel, apply the Instagram looking text inside that one. And then when I go to upload it to TikTok, I can apply the TikTok text to that one because the algorithm likes us using their features. But I find it to be easier to use an outside app like InShot, Video Leap, Video Shop. Those are a few of them. Kari wants to know, do reels need to have something to do with your business all the time? This is a great question. And the answer is yes and no. Your reels need to be something that your ideal person would care about. So no, it doesn't need to always be about your business. In fact, it shouldn't be all about your business. What I see a lot of people doing is they create reels that look like commercials. They're selling, and that is not going to be effective. If you want reels to be an opportunity for you to bring in people who are not following you already, catch their attention and bring them back to your account, you need to grab their attention and either inspire them, entertain them, or educate them. And what the best combo is when you do all three at the same time. When you give people a quick win that they can literally turn around and go apply right now, they associate you with that win. They also get curious about what else could you teach them if you taught them that, and that means they're more likely to go back to your account. And when you start to acquire and collect enough valuable reels that your ideal person could benefit from, then when they go back to your account, they are much more likely to follow you. And I've been doing a lot of testing of all the different types of content on Instagram. And I find that right now, in December of 2020, Reels is the best chance for you to get eyeballs on your content from people who are not already following you. You can get a decent amount of reach on a post on an Instagram TV. But right now, I'm finding I get the most with a reel. And that's because any kind of platform you're on, when they introduce new features, they want you to use them. They're going to reward you for using them. And the other reason is Instagram's hashtags with reels is a little different than the hashtags when you go to post an IGTV or a picture or a video on your feed that's not a reel. I'll get into that in just a bit, but remember that the hashtags are a little bit different. They serve different purposes. Trina wants to know, how do you come up with your ideas? Great question again. And it goes back to your ideal person. The same type of content you're going to be posting in your stories, you're going to be posting on your feed, you're going to be posting on other platforms. If you are here to build a business, is the same type of content you want to post in a reel, except you don't want to do sales types of videos. So you can teach something that your ideal person would want to know, something that's related to what you do, but it doesn't have to be exactly what you do. It's related to your brand. Who are you? What is your thing that you are known for? And what can you do to solve a problem or educate someone on a problem or inspire them so that you can relate to them? Think of yourself as a teacher or a friend. But it's even better if you are a friendly teacher, meaning you're teaching, but you're relatable at the same time. You're letting your true colors shine, your true personality come out so that you are standing out and you don't look like everybody else on social media or in reels or in your industry. We're going to be sharing a lot of the same information if we're comparing ourselves to other people who are in our industry. But how can you do it differently so that it shows your personality, your experiences, because we all have different ones, and your style? You got to figure out what is your style and your look going to be. I watch people all the time who are into decorating because I love to look at that stuff. And I'm their ideal person because I care about decorating. And everybody's showing their unique style because they have a different style of decorating. Now, that's a really obvious example, but you have to have a different style. I'm not a decorator. You don't get decorating tips from me, but I have a very distinct style when it comes to how I teach, how I edit, how I put quirky characters in my reels, because I'm showing a little bit of entertainment, but I'm teaching at the same time. And when you teach, you build trust. When you teach, you give people quick wins that create that curiosity to want to come back to your account. Next one, Molly wants to know, what ratio do you think for reels moving forward as far as reels, what to put on your feed, IGTV each week? Right now, the algorithm is really favoring reels. However, I think of reels as that popcorn content. You're throwing out popcorn, little snacks at people that they can munch on. If they like the taste, they're going to come back for more. What I mean by that is it's an opportunity for you to grow your audience with reels. The other types of content, while they can be discovered on the Explore page, they are also meant to really connect and grow that community and grow that relationship with your audience. So I think they're all important. I wouldn't ditch any of them is what I'm saying. But what I try to do is at least 3 reels a week, if not 5, because and you've heard me talk about it, reels is what grew my Instagram account by 30,000 followers because I pounced on it right when it came out. And I had been playing on TikTok with 2 other really big accounts, testing what works, what doesn't work, what my ideal follower likes, what they don't like. And that way I knew what was going to work when reels came out. And I went all in and I posted a reel every single day for weeks. I'm not saying you have to do that, but if you want to get good at reels and you want to use reels to your advantage when it comes to getting eyeballs who are not following you on your content, you need to be posting at least 3 reels a week. You got to figure out a system for yourself. Are you going to batch it? Are you going to schedule it each day? However, it's going to work for you. Do that. Don't make them so complicated that you don't do them, because then you won't be consistent and they won't work for you. I think an IGTV a week is good. An IGTV video a week is good. And I tell my clients, if you can only post 3 times a week, then just post 3 times a week, but be in stories every single day. And if that is the case, if you're doing 3 times a week, then I would suggest you have a reel, a post with a picture that is going to give you a little bit more information about you, because we got to get to know you as a person, because your ideal person needs to be able to relate to you. That's that friend part. And then you need to have either another reel or an IGTV. That's what I would do. If I was only able to post 3 times a week, that's what I would do. At least 1 reel, if not 2, and a picture with a post or a carousel, something that educates. Remember, if you want to grow on Instagram, you've got to create shareable content that people will like so much they tell their friends about it or they share it with other people. Reels are very easy to share and they're very easy to consume. So if you can start getting really good at creating shareable content in your reels, you're going to up the chances of you getting seen by more people. Megan Lee wants to know, why is my text squished or cut off once the reel is posted? It's fine during editing and preview. I find this to be especially true, Megan, when you edit outside of the app and you apply your text in an outside app. So when I was applying my text in an outside app and then uploading the entire thing to Reels, it was expanding my text and making it get cut off. It's one of the reasons why I stopped doing that. So now I'll edit outside of the Reels or the Instagram app, and then I'll upload it to Reels and apply the text there. If you're finding that even the Instagram text is getting enlarged once you post it, then maybe scale back a little bit and downsize the size. This is also why I prefer and I encourage you to save your reel to a draft first and then go hit edit so that you can look at it and see what exactly it's going to look like once it is posted. I started doing this because it was really glitchy when it first started, and I would notice that even though I timed out my text to hit at a certain time during the video, for whatever reason, when I went to publish it, all of the text was appearing at the same time. So to this day, I always save it to a draft first, hit edit so I can look at it, adjust anything I need to adjust, save it to drafts again, and then I go and I publish it after that. Next question. What is the workaround if you don't have the music feature? Rita wants to know. You can screen record that song and then take that piece of video as well as the video that you've shot. Either you've shot it inside Reels and then you saved it to your phone, or you shot it in an outside app, and then you, whichever one, you got to take that screen recording of the song, and then you got to take the video that you shot that's going to be the visuals that we see, put those in an outside app, and then you can work it from there. But technically, that's not legal. There's a reason why they're not giving business accounts access to music. They don't want you using copyright music when you are promoting products or a service. Some business accounts still have it. It's a fluke. I do believe it's all going to be gone for all business accounts eventually. One more reason why you should get used to using your voice on video. And it's not just because of that, but your voice is literally part of your brand. You've got to get people to hear you and see you talking if you want them to feel like they know you so they can like you and trust you. I'm not saying you should never do music if you've got the option. I'm saying you need to limit how much you're doing so that we're also getting to see your face and hear your voice. Do hashtags work the same way on Reels as they do on other Instagram posts? This is my theory. Again, I have 2 large TikTok accounts from doing over a year of testing over there. And the way the TikTok algorithm works, I'm bringing this up because Reels was basically TikTok's child, except I don't think TikTok wants to claim that child. But TikTok's hashtags are very different. You don't use hashtags to go look for things on TikTok. You instead use hashtags to tell the algorithm who to send the video to. I have been testing with my Reels, and I find that that applies, it appears to apply to the Reels algorithm as well, because when I have put several hashtags in a Reel, it does not go out to as many people. Because just like on TikTok, when you give the algorithm too many hashtags when it comes to a Reel, you're confusing the algorithm. It doesn't know who that video is for. You're watering it down. If you've got random hashtags in there, or in my opinion, more than 4 hashtags, you're killing your chances of the algorithm knowing who to send it to. Because listen, just like on TikTok's is called the For You page, Reels is the Reels page. Everybody has a different Reels page. My Reels page and who shows up on my Reels page is going to look a lot different than who shows up on yours, because the algorithm is sending Reels to my Reels page that it thinks I want to watch based on my previous watch time, my previous comments and likes on other Reels. Therefore, if the algorithm knows that I'm really into Christmas decorating, it's going to send me Reels that are about Christmas decorating and people who've used hashtags about Christmas decorating. But if I randomly created a Reels about Christmas decorating, and I also put video coaching in there and Christmas decorating and Pottery Barn and a bunch of random stuff that has about to do with Christmas decorating, Reels is going to be like, well, what is it, a video? Or is it about video coaching, or is it about Pottery Barn and Christmas decorating? I don't know who to send it to. And so it doesn't have as much power behind it. So in my opinion, I do not suggest that you use all 30 hashtags on a Reel. Instead, use 3 to 4. Be very specific about what the Reel is about and who the Reel is meant for. In my situation, I'm going to put video coach, confidence on camera, If I'm talking about how to do a reel, it'll be reels of Instagram, Instagram reels, something like that, so that the algorithm knows exactly what it's about, so it knows who to send it to. Otherwise, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot because it's not going to know who to send it to, and it's going to get less play. Ooh, I like this one. I like the way that she posted, I think it's Mo Angel. Most crucial aspect, new information or silliness. Again, we want to be entertaining, but take it from my mistake. If all you do is become entertaining and you're not talking about that thing you do for a living, then one of two things is going to happen. Either people are going to like it and go back to your account and like all the silly stuff, but never really engage with the stuff that you want them to engage with because you want them to be a customer eventually because they're not your right person. Or you're going to not get people because you're always just funny and they go look at your account and they're like, well, I don't want that stuff she sells. I'm just here for the funny. So you need to be careful with that. Funny is okay, but being funny all the time is not going to help you really build that trust and attract the right people. And you got to have the right people if you want to have the right customers or have customers in the first place. How do you get ideas for reels? We talked about that. Again, you can go back to other pieces of content that you've done that have worked in the past and convert them into something that would work in 15 seconds. I'm not saying that you repurpose the exact same video. You could do that. But what's more effective is to say, okay, I talked about this topic in stories. People really liked it. How can I make that the same amount of value as far as education, but also make it entertaining as well, make it more watchable? Because what's going to do well in a story is not going to do as well in a reel, because stories are the behind the scenes. They're like your everyday life, like reality TV. Your reel's got to be eye grabbing. Again, we're trying to capture people's attention who don't know who we are. So you've got to be more creative and you've got to put more effort into the editing and production of that reel than you would if it was a story. How long should they be? Oh, yes, Mama Slicker. I like this. I like it a lot because you may know Reels has recently updated. Now you can have a reel that goes as long as 30 seconds, but you have to understand the algorithm again. The algorithm, just like on TikTok, is all about watch time. So if you've got a 30-second video and most people are only watching 15 seconds of it, the algorithm is not going to send that out to as many people as if it was a 15-second video and people are watching the whole thing. So just because you got 30 seconds to play with does not mean you should always use it. In fact, I've never, no, one time, and it didn't do well, I've used the full 30 seconds. And that was when I was doing a fun series with my followers and they were assigning me topics to talk about. So it wasn't a typical reel of mine. But I try to keep my reels as close to 15 seconds as possible because I know if I can get someone to watch a full 15 seconds and even better, watch it again, it's more likely to get spit out to more people's reels pages than if I wasn't. Somebody else asked me what you should do about where to post the reel. Should it go in your stories and should it also go on your feed? And the answer, in my opinion, is no, because if you post that reel in your stories, now you haven't given your follower any incentive to go watch it on your feed and engage with it with a comment. And you're going to get a better chance of the algorithm sending your reel out to people who are not following you if your followers are engaging on that reel right when it hits your post, right when it hits your feed. So what I do is I share a teaser in my story, letting people know, got a new reel for you, but then they have to go to my feed to actually check it out. That's going to increase the chances of people engaging and watching the reel and sharing it. And then that is going to increase the chances of my reel going out to the reels page to more people. And it's also why I always post my reel on my feed, because people are more likely to see it if I post it on my feed than if I was not to post it on my feed. It's just like an IGTV video. You have the option to post the preview on your feed. You're more likely to get engagement, more people who follow you to see that when you post that preview onto your feed. So I always post it on my feed. If you don't like the look of having too many reels, eventually you can take that down. You can just choose not to have that preview on your feed. But I always, again, based on my personal research, I have found I get a lot more engagement and views and therefore reach when I post my reel to my feed as opposed to not. Same with cover pictures, people. When you post a cover picture with your reel with a title on it, now let's say you had a reel go out to some random Joes. They're curious about what it is you talked about. And what it does is they hit your profile from a reel, it takes them to your Reels channel, not to your regular feed. It first takes them to your Reels channel unless the user chooses to go look at your regular feed. So what you want to set your account up for success is to have cover images for all of your reels with the topic so that people know what they're getting if they open that bag of goodness. So if I was to post something about 5 ways to be confident on camera, and now you know that I'm a video coach, and you're like, oh, what else does she have for me? Then you come back to my reel and you see I've got a whole series on tricks to looking confident on camera. Now you're more likely to go binge on those other pieces of content. That does a couple of things for you. First of all, the longer someone watches a video of you, the more they know, like, and trust you, the more likely they are going to hang around for longer and follow you and eventually become a customer. And it also increases your chances of an old reel waking up, because if you get enough people going to a reel that you posted a while back and it starts to wake that old reel up again, this is the exact same way it works on TikTok, then the algorithm's like, oh, well, I guess that was actually a good reel after all. Let's go send it to more people and see what happens. I've had reels do okay, and then 2 weeks later, boom, 400,000 views, because somebody liked it enough, started sharing it, word got out, people started nibbling on it, and it woke the algorithm up to share that reel to more people. I hope these questions and the answers I gave you help you to create your next reel. I hope you see the value in reels. I know Instagram and its organic reach is frustrating sometimes, but it's not impossible. When you lean all in on who you are, you understand the algorithm and how everything works, and you really start to get strategic with what you're putting out there, you're going to have more fun because you're going to have more confidence that you are putting out the right kind of content, and you're going to start getting more people seeing your stuff and engaging with it. And then you're going to get more followers. And this is not something that happens overnight. Again, I was on TikTok for a year figuring this stuff out. Now I just get to share all my tricks so you don't have to take that long. But you are going to take time to figure out your voice, your style, what works for you, what sets you apart, but still allows you to educate and entertain and build that know, like, and trust with your ideal follower. If you found this to be helpful, take a screenshot of either the podcast or the YouTube video that you're watching right now and share it on Instagram stories. Tag me in it. Tell me why you liked it. Tell me what you want to see more of. And by the way, I've got links to all kinds of stuff below here on the YouTubes. So if you're interested in the equipment I use, in any of the stuff that I've talked about in the past, as far as my course or my other social media accounts, go on down there, look around, click on some things, poke around, and I'll get to see you over there too. Until next time, take inventory and take care.